Man United, same old, same old. Man United won, Fulham won, and let's have it right. We kind of saw it coming. You saw it coming. You know, it's a game where we shouldn't have. We can't lose. You know, it's a game that we needed to win. You know, you want to stay in touch with the teams that you'll be fighting for some European places. Now, listen, it's not over, but it's a horrid. There's a lot of wake up calls in that result today. I would say a lot of things that you just look at and you say, "Oh, look, this is why we struggled last season scoring goals." You know, and we're just not. We're not ruthless in front of goal, and then it makes you aware of the other problems. I think it's like you look at that first issue, then now you become aware of all the other issues in this team. And my biggest problem is you can't tell me this football now relies on if Mason Mount is in or out of the team. That doesn't make sense to me. You know, we bought a new attacking lineup, close to 200 million spent on a new lineup. Sesko, Embuemo, Cunha, and our new strikers on the bench. First game, you can understand it because he's just arrived. Second game, there's no excuses for it. So this was a decision made by the manager to say, look, I'm gonna play this other side because it's gonna be better than the team he's just paid for and assembled. It makes no sense to me. We can't spend that money and not put the player on the pitch. Like, for me, it's ridiculous. Yes, you're gonna give him time to phase into the team, and he's gonna be here for a long time. But are you gonna be here for a long time? Is the questions you need to be asking yourself. And Amorim, like, you know, we talk about I've not been Amorim in, but it's Amorim out, and that's coming from being Amorim out after the game against Spurs. I wasn't excited. You know, I kind of gave up on the manager in that moment. Now we've had preseason, which was decent. It was a decent preseason. He's tried to, you know, overhaul the squad, and I just don't want change over change all the time. But there's concerning issues. You know, I have to talk about Bruno at some point, and I will. But we need to talk about Amorim right now. We are playing a system that needs to be perfect in midfield, and we're almost kind of papering over the cracks with what we've designed in the midfield. If we're being honest with ourselves, we got Casemiro and Bruno in there, and Mason Mount tracks back and helps out. Now we do have Cunha and Embuemo, but let's just focus on that midfield. You're gonna get the Casemiro one-time ball. You're gonna get some petulance from Bruno, but not really where you want him potentially. It depends on what you lot think. But I don't know if we're getting the best out of Bruno in this system anyway. And it's just, there was moments of one-touch football, first 25 minutes, but Man United have been good in the first 25 minutes last season with the other players. So hence why we're at that point of, well, where is the change? Why are we the same? Like, why are we not, you know, more devastating on the attack? It's an issue. That's a real serious issue. You know, we talk about goal difference, and if I was to go and look, it'll probably minus something again. You know, it's not good enough. Even the relationship that you're trying to create with Mbeumo and Ahmad, it just hasn't worked yet. They're not like Ahmad still kind of, he's getting on the ball, and you're not getting the best out of Ahmad, not getting the best out of Mbeumo. There's a lot of players you're not getting the best out of, hence why it's concerning. The only person that you're really getting the best out of is Mason, and we're not scoring from it. Cunha had a couple good touches when he was in the 9. It's just not fruitful football. You know, the system is not giving dividends, really. Excuse me, pause. Why am I saying pause for a burp? That's absolutely diabolical. But yeah, I'm not throwing my toys out the pram. There's a lot of work that needs to be done. It's just I'm not filled with a lot of confidence from what I'm seeing. Euro was a good performer. I loved what I saw from Euro today. Delit was good in moments. Shaw was hot and cold. Dorgu was kind of hot and coldish as well. And then when the criminals, have I spoke about Bruno? Let me talk about Bruno. Bruno was just what you want from your captain was not delivered today at all from Bruno. It was bad. That's the truth of the matter. Bruno was bad today, and you can't afford to have these performances. But we've seen it. You know what I mean? We've seen this a lot from Bruno. And like when his head goes, you're the leader. You're the leader, and it was a stinky performance today. You're meant to score that penalty. Like, I put my house on Bruno scoring a penalty right now. I'd be homeless, bro. Me, books, any outside, no home to go to, bro. No garden, no tools. This is the situation that he steps up. Yes, the manager the referee gets a touch on him, but that's no excuse. No excuse. Then gets caught in possession. It's just poor. End of the day, you're the captain, you're the leader, and you can't afford to have moments like that in the game. Simple as that. Just there's a lot of frustration. We leave with a lot of frustration. I'm just glad we didn't lose. That's the truth. I'm glad we didn't lose. Can we build on it? I guess. I hope. And we need to. There's that run of 002 that we're getting to for all our new players. That's just more football banter that we have to deal with as Man United fans. It's not the nicest thing. It's not the nicest feeling in the world, but these players have to score as soon as possible so they gain confidence. The longer it goes on without them scoring is the worse they're going to feel, really, or they're not going to believe in themselves in front of goal. And again, you don't want it to be the graveyard of careers, so work to be done on the training ground. For me, I don't know what adjustments Ruben's going to make for this to work is my problem. Because adjustments need to be made, big adjustments need to be made in the way we attack. Just put the best team out and play towards your striker. Play towards your striker. Like, that's key. There's no one else to blame. All the pieces are in. This system has to work. You paid for it. We're giving you your best shot at it. Make it work. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Get involved in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Disappointed, not angry, just disappointed. I'm out of here. Peace.